Okay, guys, very good evening, everyone. So, what is yesterday we have discussed? Let's start with yesterday's recap. So, first we have discussed what is data, what is data analysis, and how we perform analysis in real time or how we prepare, okay, I'll say perform data analysis and why data analysis, why data analysis, and what are the modules we are covering, job opportunities, then course duration, class timings, class timings, and then we discussed about um, advantages of joining the course, and then we also discussed about entire learning process flow. Right? This much we have discussed. Let me take a pause. You guys have any doubts? You guys have any doubts? Yes, guys, any doubts from yesterday's session? I can see only no from the. Okay, I can see no from Dheeraj and Sudan, Sujata, Samba. Everyone is good. Hussain Khan, everyone is good. So before that, Chandra is also good. Very good. So most of them have replied, and that's good. Teresa, okay. Can I confirm any new joinees are there for the day? Any new joinees for the day? I guess Roger or Sai Indra. Any new joinees? Okay, Sai Indra. Fine, I'm remembering names. Only Sai Indra, right? Samba, you attended yesterday session? Of course, fine. Okay. So, Saindra, my suggestion is you please go through yesterday's recording. Have you already gone through yesterday's recording? Do you have Saindra? No. So my suggestion is first you go through the yesterday's recording because most of the content has been covered. Actually how you perform your data analysis is also covered here. So please go through the yesterday's recording. Okay. So that's what I wanted to say. And today is like a different topic we are starting off. We are starting off with a different topic. Fine. So everyone is good with this. And what I said, today's I wanted to discuss about your syllabus agenda, Power BI components. And if time permits, we'll directly get into a practicals. Okay? Yes. Sujata, you will get recordings in a follow-up mail. You will have a link where you go and click on that particular link. You will able to watch the recording. But make sure you guys have registered with your mail IDs and you have enrolled. Then you will get definitely that email. Check your Gmail, everyone. Okay? Yeah. Fine. So we are going to discuss this. So one question I wanted to ask you guys. One question I wanted to ask you guys. Yesterday we discussed something called how to perform data analysis in real time. I was dividing into few steps, if you remember, 5 to 6 steps. Do you guys remember? Let me test how many of you really remember and what are those steps. Just steps we will be recollecting today. Yes. How we are going to perform a report? Starting with what step? Yes, Chandra, Dheeraj, Dilip, Hussein, Khan, Teresa, Roger, Samba, Sudan, Sujata. Except Sai, I called everyone. What are they? At least one person should remember it. One or two steps. Okay, Hussein is saying data cleaning, which is known as transformation of data, comes at your second point. Yes, comes at your second point. Collection of data, Sujata is saying, which comes at your first point. Data modeling, again, Sujata said, which will come at your third point. And then publishing, Dilip Kumar said, data modeling, Sudan is saying, good. Analyzing, Sujata said, Samba is saying visualization. Perfect. Visualization is fifth one. Very good. So it means majority of people are following and remembering things. That's really a good sign. Okay. So this is a steps what we perform in our real time. Like we collect a raw data from multiple tables and then we do a transformation of data, cleaning the data. Then we combine those tables in a proper manner, which is known as a data modeling, combining relationship between multiple tables. And then we are going to give output to the business problems at analyzing stage, giving solution to the business requirement. And whatever the solution we got, we are going to put them in a pictorial representation, which is known as your visualization. Once it is done, then we are publishing it. Publishing is nothing but you are trying to share your dashboard or report to the end user. So this is what we discussed it. So let me tell you why I have recollected this. So before that, let me explain you few Power BI components. Okay, let me explain you few Power BI components. So first thing, you're going to work two tools. First thing, we are going to discuss two tools. One is your Power BI desktop and other one is your Power BI services. Two tools, two different interfaces we are going to work. And Power BI desktop is a free installation one. I'll be doing it for you. And how to log in into Power BI services in order to use real-time publishing, I will help you out. So these two interfaces we are going to see. Now, inside this Power BI desktop, okay, Power BI desktop is a software tool. You work it in your real time. Inside this Power BI desktop, the first component you are going to learn is Power Query. First component you are going to learn is Power Query. Basically, this Power Query is known as a ETL tool. The full form of it is nothing but extract, transform, load. The full form of it is nothing but extract, transform, and load. Okay. And here we are going to use a language called M language in your Power Query. Power Query is a component. Power Query is a component which is a first component which is mainly useful to collect the data. Extract means to collect it, transform the data means for cleaning, and then you load it into your Power BI. Okay, this is your first component. And second component we use here is power pivot. In this power pivot, we basically go and work your modeling, like combining relationship between multiple tables. Along with that, we are going to use DAX here. DAX is nothing but the full form of DAX is data analysis expression. Data analysis expression. Okay. So we are going to use DAX here in Power Pivot component just to we are going to use this DAX here in Power Pivot component just to give output to the end user or give output to the business requirement. And then you have here is Power View. Power View is mostly used for to represent your output in pictorial graphs, pictorial charts, whatever you call it. And finally, you have here is Power BI services. Power BI services is a cloud tool where we do a sharing the output to the end user. So now let me give you a little bit more, one more time clear picture here. Okay. One second. Yes. So the first component, the Power Query, which will really help in collection of data and transformation of data. And second thing, you have data modeling, which you can do it in your Power Pivot page, and also analyzing can be done in this particular component. And then you have a visualization which you can do at your Power View component. Finally, you have publishing which will help you to share your output to the end user. So this three belongs to Power BI desktop only. In this interface only, you're going to see this three components and you're going to work all these 5 steps in Power BI desktop. And coming to publishing, you're going to work in your Power BI services. Okay, let me take a pause. Any doubts on these components? Any doubts on these components? Chandra, Dheeraj, Dilip, Hussein, Khan, Teresa, Roger, Saindra, Samba, Sudan, Sujata. I called all of them. Hussein is saying no. What about others? Am I a little bit faster? Or you're not understanding something I have to repeat? Let me know. Please, guys. Okay, Sai, you are also able to understand. That's good. Dheeraj is saying Dilip. So most of them are saying no. It means you guys are understanding. Little bit you understood. That's good. You go to yesterday's recording. Definitely you're going to understand the entire thing. And yes, of course, this is related to little bit yesterday's session, but going forward, syllabus we are discussing today. So that is a non-syncing. You don't have to worry about today's session. Okay? Fine? Fine. So guys, it was for us, the course is very much well structured manner. So without confusion, first few days we start doing cleaning and then building a model, giving output to the end user, and then we are going to use a lot of visuals, like basic visuals along with custom visuals and everything. Then we are getting into Power BI services. So it's like end of the story. We are going to do a very good start and wind up in your Power BI. This is about your Power BI. Okay, fine. You guys are ready to good to go for discuss about the syllabus now? little bit energy needed. Syllabus is just like showing you what it is, but again, at the same time, I am going to explain you little bit in depth because I don't know how to explain the agenda first of all. The thing is, I'll try my level best. Okay, there might be few students who is already aware of some points regarding syllabus, and for few of them it is completely new. They don't know what it is. Correct. So, keeping everyone in a mind, I'm going to take you through this syllabus. Okay. So, instead of starting with Excel, we just now completed components of Power BI. So, that is why first let's discuss about Power BI first. Okay. First, discuss about Power BI first, and then slowly we'll do Excel, SQL, and everything. Of course, I'm providing data sets for practice, and from tomorrow, we are starting up our classes. You're eligible for maybe I'm giving you till Friday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, till Friday, you are eligible for classes. Okay, so maybe till Friday or Thursday. Let me check with admin. But at least another two classes you are getting practicals. Maybe this Friday also you will be getting as per my knowledge. Let me check with the admin. So you will be understanding what kind of a data sets I'm giving, how you're going. At least we are starting up with Excel, but basically, okay? Yes. Coming back here with Power BI. As I said, we are starting with Power Query. So before that, you will have little bit about Power BI introduction and installation, like explaining you how to install. I will only going to set up a Power BI desktop in your systems and everything, good checklist. Like I'm going to take an entire walkthrough of Power BI and why do we use it and understanding the difference between different components also. And once that is done, we are going to discuss about Power Query. Can you guys see here? Power Query. So in Power Query, we are going to discuss many things like data cleaning. How can you load data from folder nodes, from SharePoint, from SQL Server? Of course, everything is not written here, but I'm telling you something verbally. So please acknowledge it as well. How can you load it from folder, SharePoint, flat files, SQL Server, and as much as I can, we are getting data from different data sources and data sets. And then we are going to understand Power Query in details. Then we are going to look into most important things like your append queries, merge queries, consolidate. You can also see the manage parameter. And even we are going to do web scraping. Like from a web, how can we get a data into your Power BI and how can you dynamically update entire data sets. For example, today only I did a web scraping for one of the batch, the morning batch. See here we have 1970 to 2025 stats. So into Power BI desktop, how we are going to get those data. See, you guys can see how can we do a web scraping. It involves lot many functions, lot many procedures, understanding parameters and everything. So that's how we are going to do in Power Query. So that's about your Power Query. Most important things like split the data, transform data, edit data, remove null values, dealing with null values, duplicates, everything we are going to do in Power Query. Okay, here it is there and here it is there and something I have told you verbally. After that, we are getting into your visualization part. It's not necessary once you complete analyzing only you can do a visualization. It can be any vice versa. Okay. So in visualization, we are going to complete all basic visuals like this. And then see all sample data, like, play axis, parameters, all 17 to 18 visuals, whatever is available, we are going to use everything. Apart from that, like, apart from this column chart, line chart, some conditional formatting, Q&A, apart from all this, we are going to learn something called, which is most important for our custom visuals also we are going to learn. Like, we are going to learn something like, tooltip, tooltip, drill through, buttons, bookmarks, navigations, selections, multiple things, toggle, and along with this, we are going to learn custom visuals like Pareto chart and multiple charts. That's about your visualization. Don't get confused because understanding agenda would be a little bit difficult because we are completely new and we are trying to learn everything in one day. That is difficult part. Okay, I'm trying my best to explain. So that's how we learn visualization. Then coming to DAX, DAX, I can give you very good count. 50 to 100 different DAX formulas I'm going to explain. So yesterday only we started DAX for another batch. If you guys can see here, this is our ongoing sessions. So I take multiple sessions. So like this, we started. It's only a theory, different types of DAX and what kind of a DAX. We segregate the data, and from here, it will take at least 10 days to complete your DAX. So basically, DAX is a programming language, or I can say technical part of a Power BI tool. DAX is a programming language or a technical part. When I say technical part, what does it mean? Where you have to think, use your analytical skills only is in Power BI is your DAX, because all other thing is non-technical. Means you just learn the procedure, but you don't have to analyze anything there. And it's just like learning the features of a Power BI desktop. For example, you buy a new mobile, some Android mobile or iPhone. It's completely non-technical. You learn it. You watch YouTube, you watch Google, ChatGPT, and you learn the features of the that mobile, right? It is the same thing in Power BI desktop. That's what I'm going to teach you. Okay, 50 to 60% is your non-technical only. That is why you're paying fees and you're getting trained from your expertise kind of a trainer so that you learn so much good experience. But again, rather than this, something you have technical part is your DAX. Okay, so like that, we are going to give many formulas, some basic formulas and important formulas got updated here, like calendar auto, summarize, group by, different kind of lookup values, text functions. Year over year, running total, time intelligence functions, like same period last year, parallel period, and multiple things in DAX. After that, you have here is modeling. So what I said, DAX, it will take 10 days, but modeling, it's hardly 1.5 hours. Like it's just connecting relationship between multiple tables only, right? But again, in modeling also, you have four different kinds of data cardinalities which you should really understand. And when you face some issue while connecting, like connecting different tables, we use some techniques called bridge tables to connect this table. So that solution also we are going to give it within this 1.5 hours. And filter directions like single, both filter directions, which is a part of modeling. So modeling, it might take 1.5 hours only, like 1 or 2 sessions. And then your Power BI services. We are done with everything, right? Last, finally, your Power BI services. So in Power BI services, you will take very few days, like 2 to 3 days, basically, which where I will be teaching you how the data will flow, like how you have to publish your dashboard, what is your row level access, RLS, and like what is the schedule refresh, normal refresh, what kind of premium and pro license, what kind of refreshes are available, and how can you really use a same workspace across the colleagues, like collaboration and all that part. And how can you really create applications, in applications how can you use different metrics, dashboards, reports, everything I'm gonna teach you. till your publishing part. So this is about your Power BI syllabus. And you might, if something you wanted to talk, please talk, ma'am, this topic is not covered. Someone wanted to ask like that, please, because there might be some students who might have compared and might wanted this. They might not know what it is, but they wanted it. Like that way, there might be few students. So let me know if anyone is having anything that I missed out, or you say, ma'am, this is not added, let me know. Giving a time, any doubts. I have 14 plus students here. Any doubts, let me know in Power BI.
And actually, I am a doubted not Power BI. Actually, Power BI is the last version, like it's showing to end users. First
Correct.
collection, first collection of data. So where we will collect the data, like from Python, SQL. Then it will start to Python or SQL. Then we will get easily first collection of data. Then after that, cleaning of the data, like we can use that Excel. After that, we can publish that results. So at the time, we can show the data like Power BI. This is the order I thought.
No,
Uh,
you're completely wrong.
yeah, I don't
You
know
are
actually.
completely wrong. I
Yeah.
know, because you're a fresher, you don't know anything about it, and you're assuming things, right? It's not like that. Yesterday, if you remember, I was saying even with Power BI and SQL also you can become a data analyst. Do you remember this? The one point I was saying.
Yes, ma'am.
So, while collecting data, it's not necessary you should have Python or you should have Excel or you should have something, then only you can collect data. It's not like that. Within Excel tool also, you can perform entire data analysis. Means collection is possible in each and every tool. Transformation is possible each and every tool. Modeling is possible each and every tool. Every individual tool is possible, but there would be some scenarios where you have to use SQL, where you have to write your custom SQL in order to, you know, keeping performance and optimization in the mind. Okay, in those cases, this custom SQL will come into the picture. If it is not going to be happen only with all alone Power BI. So there are scenarios like that, but whatever I have just said you, this 5 or 6 steps, you can do it only with Power BI also. Got it, Chandra? A single tool can make you a data analyst. There is no doubt in it. Got it?
Got it, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Clarity, no? You need to be clearly understand. So from my demo, you guys should understand what it is, first of all. And why are we learning? So now tell me, guys, why are we learning Python? Now you will you guys say without Python we cannot become a data analyst? Anyone is thinking that without Python we cannot become a data analyst?
Think it's using NumPy pandas for arithmetical calculations, like calculated data like
You
this.
can do this in a Power BI also. You can do a calculations in Excel also. So there is nothing called because of calculations we are using Python. No. Why do we use a Python? Performance. A small, we though we do a scripting and coding there, the performance is excellent when you compare with the even with your BI tools. And while fetching data, especially while fetching data, it is the best tool. That is why Python is involved in data analysis. But rather than that, there is no, undoubtedly, I can say without Python, you cannot do data analysis. No, it's wrong. Without Python, also, you can become a data analyst. Clear? Got it? Chandra?
Yes,
Every
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
everyone should understand this. Every tool independently can work on this project, but depending upon your company, sometimes your company will use Snowflake. Sometimes your company will use SQL Server. Sometimes company will use Oracle. Sometimes instead of using Power BI, they use Tableau. They use ClickView. They can use anything, right? It's not like that whatever you're learning, they are using that only. But you're learning SQL, a programming language, which is very much MySQL, very much similar to SQL Server, Oracle, Fox Pro. And you're learning Power BI tool, which is very much similar to your Tableau ClickView, a BI tool. And you're learning one coding language, Python, which is also a little bit close to your R language. So like that, you're learning one scripting, one programming, one and advanced Excel, and then your BI tool. So all combinations you are learning so that you're ready tomorrow when these tools are getting changed to another BI tools, you can grab it very quickly. Because interface is different, but the kind of experience and knowledge you're gaining now will definitely help you out. Got it? Because we can't learn everything. But with time, when tools get changed in our company, we have to migrate it along with it. We should be ready for it. And I'm going to prepare you for all those things because my teaching would be like giving solutions to the business problems and making you understand what is a business first of all. A study session should be at least some clarity you guys should have got by this time. What is business actually? Why data analyst is needed? Right? So that's how I'm going to prepare you guys. By the end of the session, sorry guys, the one second. Okay, now you're coming with a zero knowledge or a knowledge like confused kind of knowledge, like what it is you don't know what it is exactly, but some assumptions. But end of the session, once you complete your all the sessions and when you're doing your project, you will be having a clarity and you will be in a stage where you will explain others what it is. That's how I'll prepare. Clear, Chandra and everyone? Any doubts now?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. And one more thing, ma'am, there is not a part of the in this actually data analytics with AI, artificial intelligence, how it works with that data analytics.
Okay, I will be definitely answering your question, but can I take this general questions at last?
Sure,
As I
sure,
told
ma'am. Sure,
you,
ma'am. Sure. Yeah, yeah. Sorry for the distance.
no problem, because we are going because the syllabus will not get completed today. That is why. Once it's done, I'll take your Q&As. Okay, everyone? Okay. So related to Power BI is clear now. Fine. Now let's go with Excel. As I said, we are going to start with our classes with Excel only. So what are we covering? Guys, understand one thing. Every business problems or maybe your personal problems or anything, maximums, there would be two solutions. There would be two solutions for some problems, or there can be more than two solutions. So one solution can be a temporary and can be easily solved at that particular time. And second solution can be a permanent solution, but which requires lot of efforts. Do you believe in this? Have you ever faced this kind of situation and scenario in your life? I'm not talking about subject, generally I'm asking. Do you guys believe in this? Yes, no. Be interactive. Dilip, Dheeraj, everyone. Understood what I said, first of all? Yes. So you guys believe in this. So now, in the same way, Excel, how we are going to start off Excel, always people will say, everywhere, any institute you go, any trainer will say, even I will say, we are starting with the basics and taking it to advanced level. This is what we'll say. And you guys will check Google, ChatGPT, something. What are the advanced topic? Okay, he's covering this. Okay, fine. Means this is fine. That's how you do your assumptions, right? But actual thing, what you should understand, you should know the difference between basic and advanced. You should know the difference between basic and advanced. Basic means whatever you learn, it is very much easy to understand and easy to do it. Advanced need some efforts. So comparatively, it will be harder. Okay. And under basic, any easy task, any easy solution you're providing, that will be always as temporary, which is known as your static methods. And advanced level, which might take some steps, some procedures to do, or some formulas or functions is needed, but you will have a permanent solution, which is known as dynamic. This is a static output and this is a dynamic output. Okay, so now in Excel, at least a week or a 5 days or 4 to 5 days, I'm going to deal with static, basic, easiest one. And then I'm going to get into your advanced, which is little bit tougher, and a dynamic solution. Understood now how I'm going to start your Excel and how I'm going to, of course, this is common with every tool, but Excel is very much clearly visible. Understanding? Understood? Understood the difference between static and dynamic, guys? Understood the difference between static and dynamic? Yes. I just don't wanted to read and leave it, but I wanted to make you guys understand even the syllabus. So, like that, first we start with introduction of Excel. Understanding even a small thing, what is a row, what is a column, what is a fill series, what is a flash fill, what is control enter, all this static functions, features of Excel we are going to understand few days. You can see this part, a static, and when I scroll it down, yes, everything is advanced, but again this one. Control T, formatting table, remove duplicate, sort, advanced, all this data handling and the above one, which is known as this introduction part, is only these two things are basic. The agenda is given to you, right? The DurgaSoft will give you this agenda. You can go through it very much clearly. So these two things are basic, and rather than that, everything is involved with the formulas, which is going to give you a permanent and dynamic solutions, and that is called your advanced. So the most after we complete this basics of the features of the Excel, then we'll get into like even your shortcut keys. Once we complete, then we get into the most important topic called cell referencing, like absolute, relative, and mixed. This times, if you're not understanding these three things in Excel very much clearly, trust me, you cannot solve any business problems in Excel. So for this, I'll take 1 hour time and I'll make sure each and every student understand this. See, if you're coming and saying, ma'am, I didn't understood, then only I can repeat and make you understand. But if you're just sitting calm, I can't help. So you should come from your side. Okay, so first we, after the basics are done, then we are going with this. Followed by that, we are going with a different formulas, functions like arithmetic function like sum ifs, count ifs, dsum, average if, max ifs, min ifs, like that, some arithmetic functions, followed by logical functions like your if and or, which will give your boolean values, if error, then again we are going to get into different lookups. Can you say there are multiple lookups like lookup, VLOOKUP, nested VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, index with match, indirect, offset. So guys, most of them know famous formula is VLOOKUP. When you use it with VLOOKUP and match, it's a it's a very good solution. But many of them don't know, if you go and learn index with match function, if you go and learn index with match function, you can actually replace your VLOOKUP. You don't need VLOOKUP anymore. And after this, there is another some updated formula which is known as XLOOKUP also came. So when you know the famous formulas, of course, I am not going to leave this VLOOKUP and lookup. We are going to start with this and I'm going to show you this as well. So if you just wanted to look at how I'm going to give. Let me go and download anything. Maybe this VLOOKUP concept only. I think 10th one. Let me open this and I'll show you. See, uh, how the most important, most popular function, they call it as a VLOOKUP. So only for VLOOKUP, how many scenarios I'm giving? First, I'm going to explain you what is a match function. Then we are going to do with VLOOKUP basic. Again, we are going to do with VLOOKUP match. After that, we are going to do VLOOKUP trim match if error. VLOOKUP trim match if error. Then we are going to pull data from multiple tables, which is known as your nested VLOOKUP. Again, we are also going to deal with how can you, I'm just giving you one example, okay? The limitations of VLOOKUP and how to deal VLOOKUP using wildcards. Like this, different scenarios, and you are given a data set and you are asked to do a homework like this. Along with that, I'm also going to give you explanation of this, what it is, syntax, whether it is a case sensitive or not, even that, and what are the disadvantage of it. Like each and every formula, I'm going to do this. Okay. Again, something called VLOOKUP with tricks. You can see some tricks. Using some tricks, we are going to update this. You can see the multiple triple and double serial numbers are here. But how can you give operator circle location when it has a single thing? And even your nested VLOOKUP. For example, you have a four tables. How can you combine these four tables into one table? VLOOKUP with count if there are multiple things we are going to do. Like this, we are not going to just teach, okay, VLOOKUP is this and I'm done. No. I am going to teach you with this VLOOKUP how many solutions you can actually give. So whichever thing you open, it's not only VLOOKUP. If you want, I can also open the next one. Also, day 11. I believe this is in H lookup and index match. See, in index match also you have many scenarios. See, you have many scenarios. Index match, H lookup plus match. How can you get top index with column function, transpose, static and difference? How, who is earning more, who is earning less using this index formula? Who are my top five salaries employees list using index formula? Like this, we get multiple things. Okay. So multiple examples I'm gonna teach you. So going back to agenda again. Sorry. We complete lookups like this. And then your date and text functions, date functions like data, def, year, month, the date, text functions, which will be helpful for data cleaning. And this I have already covered, which is a basic. Then your visualization. Of course, visualization you can do within Excel also. How can you build a dashboard? Then how can you really pull data using Power Query, Pivot, Power Pivot within Excel? How can you create a dashboard using tips and tricks? Okay. Then how can you connect your data using this append query, merge queries, and multiple things we are going to learn here. So that's about Excel we cover. Any doubts from Excel syllabus? Everyone, any doubts from Excel syllabus? Good. Can I assume no doubts? Perfect. Only one person replied, but that's fine. I feel I'm not boring you, but syllabus explanation cannot be more clear. We can't do anything, right? But it is needed. Then your SQL. What is SQL, guys? SQL is nothing but structured query language. SQL is nothing but structured query language. So, I think, okay, fine. Maybe I'll explain this tomorrow. It might take a lot of time because we are left with 10 minutes. So, one thing I wanted to say in SQL also, I'm not just teaching basics because in as a data analyst, few concepts are really not required because I worked it. Few concepts are really not required. But as a developer, you might require those concepts. So that is why we are covering entire SQL end to end. And when you master this SQL with MySQL tool, guys, definitely you can go and learn SQL Server and multiple things, Fox Pro, Oracle, and all. Just a little bit of language difference, syntax difference, but it is yes. So how we are going to do is we are going to understand basics like what is attribute, what is record, what is database, what is data warehouse, what is data again. Okay, data source, difference between data source, data warehouse, database, like this. Different, all technical words you are going to learn from SQL. Very good keywords I'm going to teach you. Because some people don't know what is data source and database when trainer is telling they might get confused. But first, I'm going to introduce those keywords for you. I'll make sure you guys are perfect with those keywords and then I'll start using those keywords while working with SQL. Then we will be learning about RTPMS, which is known as Relational Database Management Systems, little bit of normalization and then software installation. So in SQL, mandatory, I will only install for you. I don't wanted you guys to do it your own. If you want to do Power BI, Python, Excel, that's fine. But for SQL, give me a chance, I'll help you out because it's mandatory. And in SQL, we are going to use two client softwares. One is your workbench and another one is your command line. I'll just write in this thing. We are going to use SQL, MySQL, um, workbench, and other one is command line. Command line. Okay. These two client softwares we are going to use it. When black screen and white screen, and it's very much interesting. We are going to work on these two client softwares. After installation and introduction, first thing we are going to learn is commands. Your DDL commands, DML commands, DQL, DCL, and TCL. Data definition language, manipulation language, query language, why do we use and all. Okay, so we are going to learn these commands. After that, we are going to learn data types. Even for data types, I'm not going to take 5 or 10 minutes. Okay, this is text data type, this is char, varchar. I'm not going to leave like that. What is the difference between char and varchar? When you should use char, when you should use varchar. And in integers also we have many things like tiny int, medium int, small int, big int, long int, and many int. Why this many ints are there? Integers are there. What is the accommodation? Even coming to decimals also we have float, decimal, double. I'll give an explanation. What is the accommodation? When you have to use float. If you use float, what is the performance? From performance wise also I'll be teaching you optimization wise because guys we learn subject but in real time where do we fail in optimization and performance, and that's where i'll I'll give you a grip on that, when to use which data type or which command or which constraint. Most important language is SQL, right? I'm going to teach you on a very well manner. Definitely you'll be happy. Then few operators like this, select, limit, where clause, between, is null and all, some wildcard, and then I'm going to teach you how do you handle the null values and group and aggregation functions like group by, having, count, sum, and maximum, followed by that constraints. Constraints are the most important part. I'm going to teach you. For example, whenever you create some table or you create some rows, you don't want the duplicates to be repeated. You wanted to solve the data redundancy. In those case, we use a unique constraint and we use a primary key constraint. both constraints. And what is the difference between these two constraints? Like that. So constraints are just like a limitations. I'm going to teach you that. Then your joins. We know how much famous the joins are. Of course, at least everyone might have heard about once in your life SQL joins. Okay, I'm not explaining what it is, but we are going to cover all the joins. And under DDL commands, what are the subcommands? See, under DML, what we cover, under TCL, what we cover. And trust me, till here is good enough to become a data analyst. But again, we are going to teach you indexes, views, common table expressions, like your temporary tables, and even your user defined functions, stored procedures as well. Little bit tough to understand the stored procedures, but I'll give my best explanation. Functions, window functions like dense, rank, lead, lag, row number, which can be useful in your real time. Partition by, over by, everything I'm going to teach you. Union, intersect, then how do you handle this exceptions, and finally your triggers. You might have not heard few concepts here, but each and every concept is a beautiful concept. If you love SQL and do it, you will enjoy it. I'm going to give 500 till 500 if you are interested, 500 plus scenarios to solve it. You browse Google, you'll get in lakhs. But again, my most important assignments would be till up to 200 and 300. I'm going to give you those assignments. Of course, followed by that, you'll get a project as well. This is about SQL. No doubts, any doubts. And then very quickly, I'll wind up Python. In Python also, we are going to learn multiple data types. How do we collect data? Like how can we import CSV files and all. Followed by that, we are going to learn different data structures like list, tuples, dictionaries, and all, and what are the functions involved into these dictionaries. Then sets, its decision making statements. After that, we are going to learn loops concept. Then comes your pandas, numpys, matplotlib, plotlib, seaborn. We use pandas for text, numpys for numbers, matplotlib, seaborn, and your plotly for your visualization purpose. So even we are going to do a crazy visualization in your Python. Apart from this, we are also going to learn univariate analysis, bivariate analysis, multivariate analysis. And under this analysis, what kind of charts we are using. You will be able to learn Python easily from basics because I'm teaching basics to a level. I don't say advanced that you go and become a developer and build some modules, something like that, but to a level where you can at least fit for a data analyst. Come with zero knowledge, Hussein, you don't have to think about it. And this is about today's topic, syllabus, and it's 10:29. Little bit of ChatGPT also I'm gonna teach. How do you build this thing? So that's all from my side. Any doubts, please go and ask. Any doubts, you please go and ask. Yes. Any doubts? Tomorrow, I'm going to give you a Excel file and we are starting about practicals. Please do attend other sessions also and can take a call. So someone asked me one question. I believe it is Chandra, right? What did you ask? Can you ask your question one more time? Chandra, you only, right? If I'm not wrong. Am I audible? No one is responding. Audible, okay. Someone asked me, right, something related to AI or something. Yes. Okay, fine. Maybe I don't know, the person is silent. Okay, any doubts? Ask for Gen AI for data analysis. Is it Gen AI for data analysis? Okay. So how how does it work for Gen AI for data analysis? That is the question, right? Hussein? Fine. Gen AI is what it is, like ChatGPT, Copilot, some LLMs, and many things are there, right? Which will definitely help you to generate, I mean, um, generate reports or dashboards. But again, our intervention is needed. Yes, yes, even I believe it's Chandra only, but he's silent now. But I don't think what he really asked, I don't remember. Fine. So, Gen AI will really helpful to for data analysis, of course, but it's not directly a non-technical person can use it. It helps a non-technical person to understand the results and all, but definitely you have to have some experience in doing the entire workflow. Okay, then learn. We are going to teach you traditional method. Learn this, and then you can use this along with your Copilot, ChatGPT, whatever AI tools you are using. You can use among them, along with all those things. Of course, I will also show some dashboards using AI. Definitely, I'll be showing you guys. Okay, it works well. Simple answer, it works well. Why not? It has a very good future too. Yes. Any doubts for the day? Sujata, Sudan, Samba, Sai, Roger, Teresa, Khan, Hussein, Dilip, Dheeraj, Chandra, Ben. Any doubts for the day?
No.
A big, very good. We don't have to use any AI integration. Of course, we can use those tools, but I am not covering in this. Yes, tomorrow onwards classes will be started, Dheeraj. Tomorrow onwards classes will be started. So to work faster means Dilip, like, of course, you can take help of it, but you gain actual knowledge from this course and you can really take help of it. For example, you're asking something, this AI tools, before you ask, you should understand the flow. You should understand the flow. You should understand the business requirement first. So for that, learning a traditional method is really needed. And followed by that, you can use those tools in your real time, which will really helpful. So nothing is bad. Okay. Yes, there is tomorrow onwards classes are getting started. I wanted everyone to start off. We are doing our practicals from tomorrow. And we are starting with Excel, as I promised. And I say tomorrow, I mean this entire week is 9:30, 10:30 only. Then we are going to merge to 8:30 batch. Maybe we'll see when we are going to merge, but as of now it's 9:30 to 10:30. Class schedule. Uh, it was not yet prepared because sometimes we might not go in a perfect manner, but we are providing you already a syllabus. If you want, I can provide you the duration of each course. I'll make sure the DurgaSoft will hand over to you. Okay? Yes. If it is very necessary, of course I have something with me, but it's not accurate. Not I don't say appropriate, it's not accurate. That's why I don't want it to be. Okay? Yes, Saindra. Anything else? Anything else regarding timings or regarding anything? Are we good? Are we good with everything? Are we good with everything? So here are a few visuals if you wanted to have a look. See, we even maintain a beautiful, this is an ongoing Power BI. We are even maintaining a beautiful page navigations along with this thing. And see, there is a concept called toggle. Within this space only, when I am clicking on this button, it is taking me to sum of sales by country. And when I click on this button, it is taking to my profit by country. So that's how we are toggling. Using these buttons, I was able to create two charts. When I use this reset button, it is taking me sum of sales by country. And when I use this back button, it is taking profit by country. Okay. And we have many things. See, dynamic x-axis. If you guys can have a look, when I am only this much space, when I'm clicking on country, it is showing me profit country wise. And when I'm clicking on discount band, even you can see the color is getting changed. Profit according to discount band. And when I click on product, profit by product. And when I click on segment, profit by segment. It means within this much space, we are saving a lot of storage, right? Four dimensions or four charts we are able to see. And same method, we have dynamic x-axis and dynamic y-axis, which is not ready here to show. It is already kept open. That is why I am showing you. So basic dashboard looks like this. I can show you a few more things tomorrow if you guys are interested. Yes. Why do we use these charts? And how do we read out these charts? Everything will be thoughtful. Like everything we will be teaching in a very processed manner. Yeah. And that's all from my side today. Any doubts, please ask. Any doubts, please ask. If no doubts, let's wind up the session and we are connecting same timings tomorrow. Any doubts? Any doubts? Okay, let's wind up the session for the day, guys. Good night. No, Dheeraj. Actually, I'm not providing any AI tools. I already said, right? AI is not there in this, but I can show you few dashboards at the end of the sessions using any of the AI tool, maybe ChatGPT, something like that. But it's not a part of the course, Dheeraj. Okay, fine. Let's wind up for the day. We'll connect tomorrow. Good night, everyone.